Getting word of a blast or blasts in the Turkish capital, Ankara. There are reports of people being wounded and damage to nearby cars. Once again, we don't know much, except that it happened near Guven Park in Ankara, the Turkish capital. Still waiting to find out exactly what happened. Our Arwa Damon is on the line with us. Arwa, what have you been able to find out?
Well, based on what Turkish media is reporting, the explosion took place in the country's capital, Ankara, in a fairly crowded central area. This area is very popular, especially at night. It has a lot of shops, outdoor cafes, and the explosion happened very close to a park and a bus station. According to local media's reporting, there were a fair number of people that were gathered waiting for a bus. Images show a number of destroyed, damaged vehicles, including a burnt-out bus as well. This is the third time that there has been an explosion in Ankara, cause unknown at this stage, but there's going to be a lot of fear and speculation that this is yet another terror attack. The other two explosions that took place, one was blamed by the government on ISIS. The other was blamed by the government on the Kurdish separatist group, the PKK. Ankara has been in a heightened state of alert because of the violence that has transpired there since October. And interestingly, just today, the U.S. Embassy put out a warning about a potential terrorist attack against Turkish government buildings in a different part of Ankara, but still in the city itself. This, of course, comes at a time when Turkey already is on edge and faces multiple threats from a number of different terrorist organizations.
Now, you mentioned those other terror attacks. There were horrendous casualties in each of them. Do we have any reliable word yet on how many people have been hurt in this?
We don't just yet. All we know from what local reporting is saying is that there were many casualties, many people who were wounded. Ambulances, of course, immediately responding to the scene, police cordoning it off right away. And the damage that we're seeing in these images coming out on Turkish television channels appears to be quite extensive. People on the ground, eyewitnesses reporting that it was a massive explosion that was heard quite a distance away in the city, and that, as I was saying, a number of people were gathered at this bus stop at the time of the explosion. And again, this is a very central road in the capital, Ankara, but no concrete word just yet on how many people were wounded or injured in this explosion.
Now, you mentioned there were suspicions, there were fears ahead of this attack. Is there any particular, anything about the timing of this explosion that would lead us to believe that it was, in fact, intended to do harm, that it was a criminal or terrorist act?
Well, given the reality of the dynamics that exist here in Turkey at this point in time, given the violence that has transpired both in Ankara and in Istanbul with these other attacks that did take place, all speculation right now is that this was some sort of a deliberate attack against what is considered to be a soft target.